can share with you. No woman, no cry. Actually, that's a lie. Hang on, that's that's a lie. We cry all the time. That's a lie. Hang on, I'm listening to Bob. No woman. This is I guess it's V-Day, Valentine's Day. Hang on, but I want to hear that because that's sad. No woman, no cry. That's a lie because we cry all the time. We cry because men, we made for women, women made for men. We cry, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Valentine's Day. That's not a happy Bob song. Is this love? Could this be love? It probably ain't. I wanna love you, cause I just wanna get some. That's just how it works. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day, people. Well, you know what? I'm not sure if I want to do that. I retract that. Nope, I take it back. No happy day. I take it back. You know why I take it back? I take it back because if I say that, I know what one of my friends are going to do. Anytime, these American holidays are trippy, people. I don't think it's American. We think they're American because we're American-minded. I don't think it's American at all. The problem is we got this thing called Wikipedia, and people like to post links anytime you say happy something. They tell you the true heritage of the true history of the holiday. You know what? I kind of think Valentine's Day is probably a dude in the ancient time did Mr. Valentine. He was probably a psychopathic killer, and he probably, let me see, what are the nuances? Hearts and red stuff and chocolates. He probably took his lovers and ripped their hearts out after and then ate the heart with probably chocolate sauce, and maybe he did it in the garden and lots of flowers around, and so now we got this holiday and we're like, happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Valentine. That's probably what that's why, you know what, I ain't gonna say happy Valentine. You're not gonna get it out of me today. I ain't gonna say it, because I know that, because as soon as I had my friends, they got too many links. These people are nuts and they got links. I ain't wishing nobody something. Wishing happy Easter, that's a pagan holiday where they murdered the virgins and stuck this and did that and did that. Merry Christmas. Did you know that came from the ancients, and they had the Stonehenge and they had the pagan thing and blood and guts and and it's like you can't even do like a children's story. Same damn thing. Hansel and Gretel. Did you know that was when the pedophile was abducting people in the forest? The crazy woman, she kept sticking things to people and just grabbed the kids with candy. So happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Ooh. Hang on. What am I doing? What am I doing today? Wedge. Right. What's the name of this? The Auid Wedge. Have y'all heard about the Auid Wedge? Hang on. I'm getting set. I ain't ready. Hang on. The pie is not done. We're going to have some love today. It's about to get hot up in here. Hang on. Take my jacket off, because it's going to get hot. Happy Friday, everybody. What y'all doing tonight? Everybody got stuff to do. I bet y'all going out getting them chocolates and them flies, worshiping Mr. Valentine from the ancient pagan cult from the Druid period. Hang on. I know, wait, I got to get set up. I didn't even share it yet. Oh, see, y'all got me all discombobulated on this day. I know, because Valentine's Day, I bet you it's not nothing freak love and happiness. It's something bloody. I know it's bloody because it's all red and it got the flowers. I got some theories. Valentine's Day, I just know this. It's not a happy holiday. I know that. I don't know nothing else. I do know Valentine's does not come from love and happiness and working together and sexy time and dinner and steaks and shrimps and whatever y'all eat in a vegan restaurant. I know that that's not what Valentine's Day is about. It's about something bad. Because all types of bad things, it's just human history, y'all. Accept it. All right, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on a Freedom Friday, a free day holiday? I've named for some psychopathic cult. Hang on, wait, let me get that. Boom, got my comments up. I'm not ready. Did I share it? I didn't even share it. Let me share it. Good morning, everybody. Let y'all come on in the room as I get justified. Did y'all know there's a difference between a mastodon and a what is it? A mastodon and a was it not mastiff? That's a mastodon and a woolly mammoth. They're two different things. A mammoth and a mastodon are different things. I didn't know that. Probably everybody in the third grade probably knows that, but that's why they got that show. You smart in the third grader. They probably, I didn't know it. Hang on. Okay, it's shared. Now I can get ready. Okay, I think that's a mastodon and this is a mastiff. And I'm not sure if that's a mastiff and I don't really care. I'm sure y'all tell me. But did you look up the Wedge of Auid? This is a deep topic, but first we got to get in position first because it's Valentine's Day. So you got to assume the hump position. Hang on, is that humping? No, that's not. Ooh, yeah, it's got to be bigger. They say bigger matters. They say size matters. Is that big enough right there? It's Valentine's Day. That's right. We're gonna get some mastodon cookie love going on. There you go. That's big enough. I think that's because he's kind of big. He get up too high, and it's gonna be a problem. So I got a theory. So where is it? The Wedge of Auid. Wedge of Auid. Where's the Wedge of Auid at? This is history, y'all. This is not nasty. This is how things evolve. You know, a bigger thing finds a smaller thing and then humped it, and next thing you know, we had humans. That's how it came about. That really, honestly. Hang on. You know, I was looking at today. I was looking at that, but I was looking at the Denisovans, right? The Denisovans. Everybody's got Denisovan DNA in them. You know, the Denisovans was bigger than the humans, and the Denisovans all went extinct. Two important things in that. The Denisovans went extinct. They had high technology because we went through the bracelet. They drilled that bracelet. So, you know, and that was only done by a high-speed drill, as the machine people said. So they had high technology, and the Denisovans are extinct. But they raped a human in the ancient past. If Denisovans was bigger and they found a little human, it's probably some little unsuspecting guy, and he got it in the backside. Next thing you know, the humans are still here, the Denisovans aren't. The other important thing about that is they're gone. Your technology won't save you. Your technology ain't gonna save you because those people had high technology and they're gone. It allowed them to hump you because you all got Denisovan DNA, but they're gone. And they think that their ancient technology came from somewhere else. So technology won't save you, right? And this is why we talk about consciousness, right? Because the technology ain't gonna save you and something's always gonna hump you. We are gonna go extinct if we don't figure out some consciousness because the tool means nothing. It's how you use the tool. Exactly. You can use it for Valentine's Day and you can use it to rape, and I don't even know why my finger is in this Willie Mammoth booty hole. Hang on, I gotta fix this. Let me show you the Wedge of Auid. I gotta show, because how this all fits in, and this is how my crazy mornings go. Every damn morning, people send me stuff, I think about stuff, I watch stuff, and it just ends up in a crazy. So they found the wedge. No, that's not sexual. That's not sexual, y'all. That's not. They found, here go right here. Here go the wedge. They found the wedge in Romania. In Romania. Here go the wedge right here. And the important things about this wedge is, one, they found it by two woolly mammoths. And see how this is fitting together? Do y'all see how this works? Because the woolly mammoth got the wedge and killed him. Oh, that's my theory. Y'all look at it, I'm making some things up, but that's okay. I can have fun. This is America 2020, everything made up anyway, so I can make my own theories up. This is my theory. They found the wedge with the two woolly mammoths, and I think it was probably on a Valentine's Day. They was getting freaky, and this wedge came flying through. The important things about the wedge that murdered these woolly mammoths is they found it with them in the bones, and it's made of aluminum. Aluminum requires over 1,000-degree temperature to make. And they found this, and this is from a couple thousand years ago, found 30 feet deep in the Romanian sand soil. I got a theory. Hang on. Wait, let me put my theory together and we'll put on the discussion music. This is what I think happened. First, let me get rid of that ugly blue background. This is my world, squirrel. You just trying to get a nut, and it's over to woolly mammoth. But look at this. I can make the background disappear. Do y'all remember, how far is Romania from Nuremberg? Anybody from Europe here? That's okay, I'm American, I don't need to know geography. I don't need to know where we dropping bombs and nothing like that. Y'all remember Nuremberg? Is it Nuremberg? It's Nuremberg, check this out. I remember Nuremberg when, the UFO battle in Nuremberg. It was in the paper, this is the paper right here. It was in the paper, the people in Nuremberg, what was that, 1492? The UFOs was flying over the mothership and the little ones and the big ones came out. The little ones kind of how this big one is in that little one, but and they started blowing up and crashing and landing and everything. Hey, let me show you this. I gotta show you another picture, guy. I gotta know I got another picture over here somewhere. And guess what happened? The aluminum wedge, boom, fell out of one of them, went right through them two woolly mammoths on Valentine's Day. That's what I think happened. They was just trying to get a little freaky deaky. There were a lot of pictures. Hang on, let me show you this. I get excited, y'all. I'm excited right now. Hang on. I got my theory. Just hang on, shut up for a minute. No, don't shut up. Y'all can talk. I'm in my head. The voices in my head trying to get them to shut up. Look at this, right here, right here. See, this is the Nuremberg. This was the UFO. Everybody in the town saw it. This was one of the first mass sightings. And this is why I'm in solidarity with the alien people. I'm not against y'all. I know they sometimes they think that I'm trying to explain everything away as Space Force. Everything is not Space Force. They didn't have a Space Force back in 1492, if that's the date. Look at this. Here's another drawing of it. They hadn't seen this, and of course they related to religion. I'm sure somebody started a cult and started worshiping the Nuremberg UFOs, but they drew a picture, fire from the sky. Fire was falling from the sky, and it impaled a woolly mammoth. That's what I think happened. That's my theory. That's my theory. Anyway, good morning. Let me see, we got the humping, the two mammoths that they found the wedge with. Because to me, how does it make sense? Like, well, one, it's aluminum. We only developed aluminum, what, 200 years ago in the 1800s? So the fact that it's aluminum means that we came from powerful people. Denisovans. Who raped us? And probably aliens. Isn't that scripture? That's scripture. At the aliens, the film. I gotta get out of his booty hole. Hang on, this is not cool for me. Let me move, and listen, darling, hold on. You got to move a little. Wait a minute, is YouTube, y'all coming today? If they not coming today, then y'all can have a woolly mammoth over top of you. Where is, let me see. Doom, doom. I like this. Boom, 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 boom. How y'all doing? Oh, no, there they go. All right, we can't put the woolly mammoth on her because she probably, who knows what she gonna do with them tusks, getting it in the back. All right, we're gonna shrink everybody today because this is too much for me. Unless we're gonna get you, darling, you go down. Oh, goodness gracious, that look like that might hurt. I seen that on the internet. Hang on. All right, you gonna move y'all down here for Valentine's Day. There you go, evolution. Now the Nuremberg screen, let's move that down a little bit. Bring my big head forward. Then we can get started. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? Everybody okay? Everybody in love? Everybody got your love? Got your thing going on tonight? Hang on. Change the music. Get started. How's everybody doing? Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday. Change my music so we can start the discussion. Like, what are we even talking about today? That's all I got. That was it. I'm done, actually. I just wanted to say, to get my theory on Valentine's Day. It probably was a psychopath named Mr. Valentine, but I think it's only significant because we found you know what? To be honest with you, I don't think the wedge is alien. I don't. But I don't think it matters. Oh, there's a little back screwy in the background. Let's hide some of this. I don't think it matters. I have my theories, and I love my theories because they're fun. They're entertaining. I'm an adult. My kids are grown. I can make up the world because the rest of the adults making up their own facts too. So I make it up as I go. I can be a kid for a little bit. I can play some video games. I done been an adult, yo. I'm 40-something years old. I done been an adult, raised 3 boys, and been married. Then that got the T-shirt, the mug, the pen. I got all the engraving thing. Now I can make my own stuff up in this. That's what I think happened, but it doesn't really matter what I think. The only thing that matters is that we came from powerful civilizations. We came from people that whether it was alien influenced or not, they had high-speed drills, they made aluminum devices, and we don't even know what that is. We haven't even found anything that even looks like that. And I guess what is it? I'm gonna make up a word, calcification, and that's a word, but it does not apply to aluminum. Do not say that to anybody. Look at you like you're crazy. The calcification, for the lack of knowing the term on the aluminum, is so thick they know it's old. And I'm not gonna get into the whole old, is it aliens or ancient humans? The bottom line is somebody came before us. A lot of cultures came before us. They all had high technology and they're all dead. Every last one of them. Nothing more important than that. The alien stuff is fun. The reality, it's like the UFOs. That's fun. I love it. But the reality is, take what you know and apply it to today's problems. Right? Have fun in the discussion. However, the only thing that matters is Earth is the psychopath, okay? Earth is a Valentine. Earth, Mother Earth, gotta call Mother Earth. That's Gaia, she loves us. She does not love you. You are a thing on her back. And when she needs to scratch, you're gonna die, all right? This planet is always trying to murder everything on it. It's an extinction engine. We need to get up off of it. That's all I'm saying. We need to get off of it. I've said that before. Not gonna say, I'm lying, I ain't gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. We can't stay here, climate changers and climate deniers. We cannot stay. We got to go. But we're gonna go the way of the Denisovan, right? We're following their footsteps though. We got the Denisovan DNA and we rape everything that's got a hole, we're passing our DNA on. We made everything from the dark ages legal. We still got that 98% monkey violent genes and it's popular. But I think we need to move on. I think we need to evolved past the mindset of a woolly mammoth that just rapes little mastodons because it's small, steals their resources. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? But it's a great an artifact, another Auid part, the Wedge of Auid. And I never heard about it till this morning, and that's because I stopped watching Ancient Aliens a long time ago. I think it's interesting, but Giorgio Tsoukalos and that hair is jacking me. It's so hard to watch him. It's so hard to watch. He's special, but he's a good guy. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, brother Tony is in the house. I'm spending the night with my grandson while parents are away. So I'll be exercising my storage love. What is storage love, Desiree? Well, exercise love. Love is a great thing. You know, I think that we shouldn't worship Mr. Valentine, who's a psychopath who murdered people over chocolate in the garden and threw flowers on their bodies before the police came. But I don't think we should do Mr. Valentine. I think we should celebrate Love Day and like love people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that because, yeah, I ain't got nobody to love. So that's, to me, that makes sense. Why don't we love the planet? Why don't we love the world? Why don't we love the human race? Why you got to just go out and buy carcinogen sugar chocolate and give your loved one cancer to try to court them? All right, no, I'm gonna stop. I'm getting in trouble. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, people. I'm not gonna ruin that for nobody. Love is always a good thing. I'm just saying, try to apply your love globally. Like, take it like good spread of some green goddess sauce and just spread it all over the planet. I am still in his butt. This is not working for me. I don't know. I gotta dish the thing. I don't know. Did y'all see the video of the horse? Oh, I gotta show you that. You know they found where the cuckoo virus came from, right? Somebody asked me, why do you keep calling, it's called the Canova virus. I said, no, it's not. It ain't called the Canova virus. It's called the cuckoo virus. Why? Because cuckoos made it. It had nothing to do with the virus. I don't really care about the virus. Cuckoos made it. As long as you got a military, police state, secret dark labs manufacturing things to murder people, biological or metal, it's a cuckoo virus. It's the cuckoo virus because the cuckoos made it. We are just dumb as a bag of bricks wet. Why? Because we still have secret weapons lab, and people vote for these governments that designing things to murder human beings. That's cuckoo. I don't care how that's insanity. It's insanity in 2020 that you have people we pay for a lifetime that make salaries to make things to murder people, and you're a people. That's psychotic. That's worse than a cutter. We need to get the cutters help the people who cut themselves because they can't deal with the pain. What are we doing as a species? We're cutters. We're worse than cutters. We are literally, but at least a cutter, they know to take a little flesh off the skin. It's just the skin. It's just a leg. It's just something. They're going to live. They're going to make it. All the cutters are going to make it. All the people y'all call mentally ill cutters, they just got problems with your jacked up society. We as a species? Oh no. We make the cutters look like lovey-dovey. We got cuckoo nukes, cuckoo drones. We got cuckoo tanks. It's just not the cuckoo virus. We are cuckoo. We are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Man, we're cuckoo for extinction. That's what we are. We can't wait. We cannot wait to end it for us. We just doing everything we can. Oh, we don't have enough weapons labs. We got to send some to China. They ain't got enough in Canada. They need to send. We need more. Did you know? Speaking of that, I was listening to Abby Martin this morning. She was talking about homelessness in LA. Y'all need to burn LA. I still think you need to burn down California, but you need to start with. Do you know that LA is one of the wealthiest cities in the world, and they have the most homeless of, I think the number one in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. I can make that up too. Somebody do the fact check on that if you like, but it's bad. It's bad. And do you think that there is a relationship between LA being one of the wealthiest cities in the world and them having the most homeless in the world? Do you think there's a relationship there? See, I do. I understand the United States corporation. I understand everything is about profit. America's just working good. No, not America. It's not America. United States corporation is working out real well. They're doing what they're supposed to do. LA is not broke. LA is doing precisely what it's designed to do, to kick people out. And then Abby threw out another statistic, which kind of blew my mind. This one was even rough for me. She said that there are 8 homes for every homeless American. 8 homes for every damn homeless American. Does that sound broken to you? See, it sound broken to you. You don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that. But you know who love the sound of that? Oh, the real estate market. Banks, United States corporation, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Kicking people out, raising home prices, making sure that y'all monkeys work harder to pay higher prices. and just leave them vacant. Let the rats live in it. That's the funny thing. Because you know the mice are moving in, the spiders are moving in, the ants are moving in, and the U.S. government's 100% in support of the ants, spiders, bugs, and probably monkeys living in all these empty houses, but not the people. Oh no. Everything else can move in. Not flies can get in there, fruit flies. Because you know somebody left some banana peel or something, then fruit flies come out of that. You know they occupy the houses, but you can't let the Americans in. See, that'll lower home prices. You can't do that. So America's not broken. It's just working as designed. And I think that's half of the understanding, or half of my friends here, the understandings we've come to is this is not broken. This is by design. By design. They will do anything they can to compel you to continue to work. They will do anything they can to show these Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Mellons, and banks and corporations and industry that they don't give two damns about their citizens. Two damn. They don't give half of 1.2.37%, and that's not even mad. They don't care. Why? Because profit's the bottom line. If profit is the bottom line, that means they get to stay the spears for these central banks. But I'm gonna tell you something, the nations that want to step up, you want to be the next America, all you got to do is beat America at that. All you got to do is show you even give two damns less than Americans give, the U.S. corporation cares about its citizens. If you can do that, all them banks coming to you. Because the banks don't really care. The people who run this world, they don't really care. They just want to make sure that you will maximize profit. Why is my hand in his butt? This is bothering. You know what, y'all? I'm a do something. It's just, I don't know. It's butts. I didn't show you the horse. It's just weird. Because it's where the cuckoo virus came from. I got a new theory. They said it was bats and snakes. I don't think that's where it came from. I think I didn't found the lady. I didn't found patient zero. Let me find her. Hang on. Hey, one moment, please. I'm moving down. Here she go right here. Here she go right here. Let me find the link, show you this. We done found who done brought that cuckoo virus up. She right here, because she cuckoo. She just like everybody making weapons labs. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. I need to label these things. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. That it right there? Yep, that's it right there. All right, we're gonna do this. So here she go right here. Here come the cuckoo. This is where the cuckoo virus thing came from. Somebody cuckoo. And as cuckoo as she is, she not as cuckoo. Oh, wait, we got problems. Hold on, Houston. You got a major malfunction. You can't see the video because the Mastodon is humping. All right, we done with Valentine's Mastodon humping days. So we're gonna let them go away and let's replay. This is where the cuckoo virus came. Butts, man. Something about butts, man. Nasty thing come out of butts. But I know it's just me. I know people like the butt loving and whatever y'all, but I don't think your face. And people do that too. They do that too. So I don't know what's crazy is putting your face down there in the horse's butt or making weapons labs. But then again, maybe that's the same thing. In a way, that's her own weapons lab because she's taking in microbiology and bacteria and things that she ain't supposed to in the nose and the lips. And horses fart like humans fart. And my goodness, do humans fart. Dang, I don't say nothing, I'm getting in trouble. Had a meeting last night with one of my farmer friends. Oh yeah, I don't know what he ate. He must have had some soy something because he just, the whole meeting just, bah, 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 bah. The horse is doing that. She's breathing it in. Then she's an American, I'm pretty sure. So she's eating the Ho-Hos and the Twinkies and Oreos, and her immune system is jacked up because she's drinking cow milk and sugar. She ain't making smoothies. She ain't doing nothing healthy. And so her body is cultivating all the viruses and bacteria that living in her body because her immune system is debilitated like most Americans. And she's making up a cuckoo virus of her own. And I'm not, I don't want to get the video pulled. And this is not where cuckoo virus came from, but this is where a cuckoo virus will come from. You hear what I'm saying? They can call it the bovine. No, that's the bovine is a cow, right? We did that. We had mad cow, and they had the cow scare. Well, we did the chicken scare. And I guess they call that the avian flu, it's cuckoo virus. And then this one right here. Manufacturing things by doing things evolutionary that have never happened. You'll never get viruses together in a lab and try to make I Am Legend viruses to cure cancer or to murder people in another country. That'll never happen. And in nature, there's no way a human being is supposed to have his head up a horse's anus. Teach viruses do it now. All right, I'm gonna get in trouble. Hang on. I got farmer friends here. They're gonna get upset. Let me close this up. Yeah, you gotta love it. It's a great time to be alive. It's funny to me. We can save everybody and we riding horses and putting our heads up the ants because it get viral. And I bet you that video is viral. I bet you she made money on that. We'll do anything that'll make some money. We'd do anything from some spare change. Like the nations do anything to get them central banks in it. They sell out all their people because that's the model for the world. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Ooh, all right. Got all that out. I'm done. That's my rant. I'm done for the morning. I'm rant down. I'm done. We can look at the news, or I'm just go through some comments. Jeannie Jane Hennessy, good morning. Sharon, good morning. Who we got? Brother Fred Fry is in the house, and Daniel. Do y'all know how many millions, if not billions, are spent on cards alone? On cards. You mean cards or cars? You mean like playing cards? I don't know, Daniel. I don't know. But hey, it fits in with the whole consumerism thing. What was the statistic on debt that was from RT? It was from a few days ago. Americans are number one. We're winning. America, everybody. We're winning at another statistic. Not only do we have the most incarcerated people, we probably got the most homeless people on the planet by percentage of houses that are vacant. But we're beating up that consumerism number. We topped the goal. The goal, we topped 14 trillion. Then we just hit 14. We were over 14 trillion. We broke the goal. We beat the goal. People are like, what are you talking about? That's not a goal. Oh, yes, it is. You have no idea how your world, where you have no idea how your politicians get paid. Debt is the goal. They're not reducing debt. They get more money for the debt, people. That's how it works. The more in debt you are, the more you spend on Valentine's Day, the more cards you buy. The Valentine's Day cards, the more that's junk you buy, the more you go in debt. The more you go in debt, the more the banks sit back like, yeah, baby, we got it. Because at Rothschilds, I would do the same thing. If I was the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, Mellons and the Carnegies and all these people, just sit back and say, hey, who's willing to sell out their people the most? Whoever's willing to sell out their citizens the most, but keep the citizens at each other's throats, we just gonna write you a check. We're gonna let y'all we're gonna print the money for you. We're gonna let y'all keep running, and that's the funny part, it's not even their money, it's like your kids gotta pay it back. Like my kids, their grandkids, they got, as long as the world banking power stay in place, they're gonna have to pay that money back. But the banks just sit back, they just go ahead and run up that debt. We're fine with it, that's okay. You know, when debt lasted 7 years, they had a problem. That was scripture. Y'all throw it out that you hate the Bible. I don't. I don't think it was all true, but wise things in there. Every 7 years, you had to wipe out somebody's debt. And then they realized the way to trick stupid citizens and having debt for a lifetime. They went for that. And after that, now we pass the debt to our kids. Ooh, I got some burps going. All right, I'm swallowing there. Anyway. So it's a model. It's simply a model. We're winning. It was a goal to pass the Americans enough debt. Look at television. Ask yourself, is debt not a goal? There's always the new trash they got to sell. You know, everybody wants to buy it and post it on Instagram and pick the chat. All right. So America is number one. What you been eating this morning, G? Daniel? I didn't eat nothing, Daniel. It's too early in the morning. It's 10 a.m. here. I don't eat till noon. Daniel, I listen to my body. You know what? I asked people this morning, what is health? And I'm curious, what is health? What is healthy? I mean, I've got my vision of what I think it is, but what are the data points for health? Are you healthy? Are you trying to be healthy? And are you fighting for health care? That was the last question. I didn't ask that question, because if I asked that in the post, then people know what they know what I'm trying to do. What is healthy? Do you even know do you study health? Have you looked at it? Or do you just beat on the wall and scream at politicians to give you health care while you go live your life? Eating everything on television. Well, I've already given you my thoughts on it. First of all, there's 7 billion different people on this planet, so what's healthy for me probably ain't what's healthy for Chris Lewis. However, for me, health is just about, are you healthy? That's it. I got one data point. Is what you're doing working? You have any flus, colds, virus, or cuckoo virus? If you got that, then you probably have an unhealthy government. You're not drinking enough smoothies. No, I think if you don't get sick, then by default you're healthy. I don't think the human body was designed to be sick. So if you're going a year, 2, 3 without having colds, flus, viruses, coughs, itchy throats, and all of that stuff, mucus, then I think you're healthy. Whatever you're doing, you continue doing that. I think we got to go back to being strong people instead of weak fools, buying everything and eating everything and rubbing everything on our skin to television. Oh, so that was my point there. So no, I didn't eat anything this morning. I listened to my body. I realize I'm 98% monkey, and I'm highly suggestible, Daniel. Television, it works me too. It worked me over my whole life. And so now I listen to my body. If my body's hungry, I eat. If it's not hungry, I don't eat. If it smells bad, I don't eat it. Like I listen to my brain, the gut brain. It's right now, she's warm and she's protected because I'm an American and we went through Thanksgiving and y'all line it right up with Christmas because you want all of our butts to spread and our six packs to be nice and warm under a nice little package of cushioning. So I listen to my gut brain. And my gut brain says eat once a day. Right now, once or twice a day. Most days I don't eat till about noon. I don't eat when the television tells me to. The television says get bacon, eggs, biscuits, and oatmeal and shove it in your mouth at 8 o'clock every morning. My body's not saying that. I'm not interested in what Kellogg wants me to do. I don't even know Kellogg. I don't know Post. I don't know them. So I eat when my body tells me to. And so I'll drink my coffee. I'll talk this yin yang. And I think later today I want a smoothie. I got 3 bananas right over there off screen. I might eat them because it's 98% monkey. And we said we share 60% of our DNA with bananas. Eat them bananas, y'all. I know you still fighting it. You still think that you're omnipotent salt of the earth. Somebody just made you out of like crystalline something. It's 98% monkey. You better eat your bananas. But don't kill nobody for them. Don't kill nobody. So I listen to my body, then. And right now, it's telling me to eat once or twice a day. If your body's telling you to eat 6 little meals a day, then that's what you should eat. I think you should listen to your body and ignore all the sick people. Because the sick people making the commercials. That's what I think. So I haven't eaten anything yet, but I'll make a smoothie later. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. But listen to your body, because you know why you have the vomit reflex, right? Like when you smell eggs, when I smell okra, I have the real talk. Somebody slipped some okra in my soup the other day and posted that picture. I almost threw up. My body's like, oh hell no. Everybody's got their own little nuances of what you are supposed to eat, but your gut will tell you. Because that's where your flora and your fauna are. That's where all this stuff is percolating. It's like you ain't putting nothing disgusting down here. And this is why when you smell rotten eggs, you know where that came from? Evolution. Why we used to be, when we were knee-high to a marsupial, running around in the swamp and the jungle, you'd run into some water and you didn't know if it was fresh water. You had no idea what fresh water is. You needed a higher evolved species to tell you that water is okay to drink. And that's your gut brain down there. So when you smell anaerobic water or anaerobic food, somebody, I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. DEA is around here, so I'm not even gonna say it. Anyway, I smelled something anaerobic. Was a meeting I had. Anyway, your body has a vomit reflex, right? And so if you drank the anaerobic water, it's gonna kill off your gut bacteria. And your gut knew that. The bacteria, the flora and the fauna, and most of it wasn't even human cells, and it still isn't. If you're healthy, it told you don't put that in there because it's gonna kill them. And so it would send that signal to your brain and say, hey, listen, monkey, I know you're driving. I get that. You bigger than us, but we're smarter than you. And we know how to trick your brain and tell you to throw it all up. So if you drink that anaerobic water, we're gonna make you vomit. I know, you're just a driver. That's what I tell people all the time. They don't like it. They don't like it. You're literally infesting a colony of cells that mostly came from monkeys. And most of the cells aren't even monkeys, so 98% monkey cells. Most of those 300 trillion cells are floral and fauna and bacteria. So you're not even you. It's just like this thing, like I was thinking about the other day. I'm talking to Daniel. You got me another rant. So when you die, you don't die. It's like not a thing, and I'm not even talking spiritual or anything like that. I'm saying when you die, your hair keep growing. Your mustache, your chin hair, your hair, your genitals, your butt hair, all of that keeps growing. You know that when they dig people up and they exhume people, they just like these little woolly mammoths, they little hairy look. They look like that, what is it, the thing on that cartoon? Because your hair keeps growing. So if your hair disagreed with you, your hair didn't die, but you died. You say, oh, well, you're dead. You're not dead. Parts of you died. And that's the spiritual part, is that you're a part of a whole. You are literally a part of a colony and you're all connected. But you don't die because your hair disagrees with you. And other things in your body don't die. The microbiology don't die right away. After a while, they're like, oh, damn it. Yep. You stop eating, we gonna die at some point in time. And some of them don't die. Some of them get right out that casket. They go right through your skin. Well, this idiot stopped eating. Yeah, he was shopping at his local Walmart for produce. And it climbs right out. Like you're just a colony of all of this stuff that all is glued together. But anyway, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know what that means to you. Maybe y'all can regurgitate, spit it out in some way that makes sense to me. But when you die, It's just your spiritual side is like, all right, that's enough. You know, when that EKG thing, what is it, the heart monitor? Your spirit's like, you know what, this ain't gonna work no more. Like whatever your subconscious is, whatever controls life and death, and I think it's software. It's just like, you know what, this body ain't gonna work no more. We need to go on to the next thing. And it's a decision that's made. Because I think you actually want to die. And nurses will tell you that, like hospice nurse, people die when they choose to. There's a subconscious side, he's like, you know what, this really isn't working out. It's like selling a car. Your spirit, your consciousness finally says, you know what, it's time to go. And the microbiology's like, well, hey, where y'all going? The hair like, I don't care where y'all going, I'm gonna keep growing. And your fingernails too, that's another part of your colleague that doesn't care when you die. But the spirit part moves on. And that's like a good understanding that we are just drivers. We just came in the car, we're driving, and after we leave, maybe somebody takes over, but we're just different parts. Love Abby, Eileen, I love Abby too. Abby Martin is off the charts. Not only is she insanely gorgeous, but she's intelligent too, and that's a scary thing. Oh my God. You know, hopefully y'all got that on Valentine's Day. Hope you're not with a beautiful idiot. All right, my kids are relatively healthy considering they got cafeteria food once a day. Ooh, we're gonna debate on that one, Trish. They eat mainly-based foods, no dairy. I have to fight the school on the milk issue with something. Okay, well, yeah, Trish. Well, the funny thing about kids, they got those stem cells firing, so if you read one, you should watch that. He kind of went around American schools and showed you how little your government gives a damn about you because they feed the cheapest food. They don't feed the cows and chickens and hogs to your children. I know, but we love children. We're a nation that loves children. We prioritize them. I believe children are the future. What is that? Whitney. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. And we light the candle, we start singing. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. You didn't know I can hit that high, did you? Hell yeah, I can hit that high. I can go low too. So when they eat that school lunch, and they eat that crap that mold and bacteria don't want to eat, when they eat that stuff that's been in the fridge for only about 10 years, they have some pride. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I know. No, you know what, Trish? My kids are mostly healthy. They're mostly healthy. Not okay, but kind of, sort of. I'm doing okay as a pop. I'm not nailing it, but I tried my best, Trish. My problem is I ate meat. That's and my kids, they called me on it for years. Oh, we used to eat, Trish, before I became a vegetarian. When it was time to eat dinner, hell no, you ain't put nothing green on my plate. Hell no. I made sure as soon as they, mom and I went our separate ways, you ain't putting nothing green in my house. Hell no. She used to eat a lot of vegetables. Oh no, I was not doing vegetables. It was me and my 3 little monsters, and they was males. They had penises, and we supposed to have fire and beef and beer. They couldn't have the beer part. In child protection, they come to steal your kids. They steal your kids quicker than Mr. Valentine, the psychopath that created this holiday. No, we'd go to the grill, Trish. Oh no, they didn't even know what a vegetable was. The only thing that was green in the house was probably in a tin can. Might be some string beans. That's it, that's string beans. And we'd put them, after I got to firing the country style spare ribs and pork and beef and chicken, I'd put the bacon. I used to put bacon on the grill. Oh, we put bacon on the grill. I throw a little GMO corn on there too, but I do it in the husk. Oh, I like put a little butter down in there. I part the husk, put a little butter in there, put it on the grill. Oh, I eat that sucker up. The problem is I grew up on meat. And so my kids they called me on after being a vegetarian. But like I said, there were a lot of factors that kind of led me to that point. One of them was meat rotting in your gut. That kind of got to me a little bit. Once again, I don't like the smell of rotten things. I got that vomit reflex, and I got one that is a true vegetarian, but he ain't playing. Like he took the health thing, Trish, and he ran with it. He's pretty much vegan almost. He's got that milk allergy. And you know there's a difference between lactose intolerant and milk allergy. Do your research, folks. But kids, they pick it up. And I think from the health perspective, I kind of won that one. Their mom was becoming a vegetarian too. I think the stepfather fighting, trying to hang on to that American male thing that I had too. We're indoctrinated that way. But I think they mostly got it. They're better than I am. That's all I cared about. Trish. That's all I cared about. You know, they really don't get sick all that often. I got one that never gets sick. He's kind of like his pop. But they're not as bad as I was, right? When they met me and I met them, the only vegetables that go in my mouth that they mama forced it in me. Short of that, I ain't want no damn vegetables. So they're better than I am. They're smarter than I am. So I think on the health part, I think I won. There's when it comes to food, even the ones that sneak, they sneak meat. Meat's not allowed in my house. You actually can't bring a meat in my house. No meat in my house anywhere. But they go to the mama house and they got the stepfather. He grabbed a little meat every now and then, lied to me. The grandmama sneak him some meat every now and then. I'm not anti-meat. It's just meat doesn't work for me. So that's just how it goes. All right, let me do this. Let's take a peek. I really had nothing I want to talk about today. I guess we went through health. We did the Auid, Wedge, and I kind of did want to take a peek at the news. Did you consider all the divisive consciousness with those unifying thoughts? Did you consider all the divisive consciousness with some unifying thoughts? Chris, you're going to have to ask that question a little better. I had no idea what you're talking about. Maybe it's too early in the morning. That's like a book-fine question. Did you counter, all the divisive consciousness with some unifying thoughts? No, I did not. But hang on one second. I've got to do something real quick. I'm just literally going to click on something for you because I got to do something. I'm knocking on my door. Here you go. This is a good one. Y'all watch this for a second.
Hey guys, real quick, before you watch this video,
wear a mask
want you to know something. That for quick access, you can find all my stuff in one place. It's called Portable TV. portable.tv/download. All my exclusive stuff will live there. Okay, enough talking. Here's your video. You're constantly hearing about this coronavirus, right? And what it's doing to the economy and what it's doing to the markets and the WHO, World Health Organization, all kinds of stuff. But tonight, we want to ask some questions that we really need to know that has nothing to do with that big macro stuff, right? We want to go micro here. How do you get it? Should you wear a mask? See people wearing masks all over the place these days. What are the symptoms of this thing? What we want to do is help you understand this COVID-19, as it's now being called, from its essence. Here now, RT correspondent Natasha Sweet.
COVID-19 is the new strain of the coronavirus, and health officials say that while there are similarities to other cases of the common cold and the flu, that this new strain can be deadly.
More than 1,300 people have died and 60,000 have been infected with the new coronavirus called COVID-19. While health officials are still trying to uncover all of what this unfamiliar strain is all about, we do know patients can show regular mild symptoms such as a runny nose, sore throat, and a fever. In a more severe case, health officials say it can lead to pneumonia as well as breathing problems. If mild symptoms persist beyond 7 to 8 days, a rapid deterioration reportedly occurs. In extreme cases, one can expect kidney failure and even death. A study revealed x-rays of the patient's lungs showed patchy shadows. This is known as ground glass opacity. On average, these patients spend roughly 10 days in the hospital. Another study published in The Lancet reveals COVID-19 can replicate in the lower respiratory tract. It can cause evidence of lower respiratory tract lesions in patients who don't have pneumonia.
There is currently no vaccine or treatment for COVID-19, so health officials are advising people to wash their hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and water, and of course to cover your mouth when coughing or sneezing. And as for these masks, according to the CDC, since many times there are gaps, that the virus can still transmit. Reporting in Los Angeles, Tasha Sweet, RT.
Well, the statistics around the coronavirus have been revised upwards. 250 more deaths have been recorded. Almost all of them are in Hubei province, where this outbreak began. And as you can see from this graphic, there's been a huge spike in the number of cases too. There are now more than 48,000 in Hubei. That's up 15,000. And the upward shift is in part because of a broader definition of the virus and how it's being diagnosed. Here's the World Health Organization on that.
Crucially, we understand that most of these cases relate to a period going back over days and weeks and are retrospectively reported as cases since sometimes back to the beginning of the outbreak itself.
Well, here are the number of cases in China going up and up. We're now close to 60,000. The death toll in China is over 1,350, but in reality that figure is higher. Those who die at home are not being counted in official figures, and the BBC knows from having spoken to people in Wuhan that's what people are choosing to do. Here's a quote from an article on the BBC News website: "We'd rather die at home than go to quarantine." And while this crisis is escalating, there's increasing pressure on the authorities. 2 senior officials in Hubei have now been sacked. Let's get more on this from Stephen McDonnell in Beijing.
Now, as to whether or not the dismissal of those 2 senior Communist Party officials on this very day is a coincidence or not, I'm not sure, but it doesn't look good for them. I mean, the Hubei Party Secretary and the Party Secretary as well for Wuhan City have both been removed. But somebody had to take a fall for this. I mean, there's a lot of public anger. A lot could have been done to bring this under control before millions of people left Wuhan. And in fact, there's a lot of evidence showing that in those early days, they tried to stop information getting out.
And here's Celia Hatton on who could replace those officials.
There's 2 new men in place in Hubei and in Wuhan are both loyalists to Xi Jinping, especially the man in charge of the province, Yinglong. He comes from Shanghai. Now, he's a man known for tough security measures, but also last year he implemented a citywide recycling program in Shanghai. Now, I know that probably doesn't sound that impressive, but in a city of 23 million, almost overnight, to get all of those people to suddenly follow new rules, he managed to pull it off. That program is still in place and it's being carried out across China. So here's a man who's known for security and implementing really big projects overnight.
Well, all those skills are going to be needed because scientists and officials are trying to work together to fashion an effective response. For more on that, this is David Heyman, who directed the WHO's response to the SARS virus in 2003.
We're all concerned about what we don't know. We know so far what's happening and what we can see, but what we don't know is the real potential of this virus, whether or not this eventually could become a disease endemic in humans like TB, influenza, or others, because influenza also comes from animals into humans, and it sometimes becomes a permanent resident.
Another important detail is that we know that this virus is not spreading particularly quickly outside of China. Here's David Heyman again.
Well, certainly it's spread throughout China, and China's making every effort they can in the way that they do best to stop the disease. What's important, though, is those 24 sites outside of China and also the cruise ships. That's where the information about how severe the disease is will really come from, because the patients here are being monitored very closely, as are their contacts, and we're learning a lot as we see what happens in these situations, which hopefully will lock down the disease in these countries and not permit it to spread further.
Well, let's shift our focus from China further south to Vietnam, because a town in the far north of Vietnam of about 10,000 people is now under quarantine following 5 cases of the virus. This is one image we have of the checkpoints that have been set up on the outskirts of the town. From Vietnam, we then shift to Cambodia, because that US cruise ship, which had been turned away by 5 countries, has finally been allowed to dock. Here it is. It spent 2 weeks at sea searching for somewhere to stop, despite the fact there are no confirmed cases on board. And here's an image that we saw online of passengers cheering and clinking glasses as they finally arrived in port, and, well, they might celebrate. But for the moment, they're still going to have to remain on board as a precautionary measure. Next, we have to talk about perhaps the cruise ship that's been getting the most attention, the Diamond Princess, currently stuck in Yokohama in Japan. It has over 3,500 people on board and no one's getting off. That's because of all those people, at least 200 passengers and crew are infected. Rupert Wingfield-Hayes is just beside it.
So the number of infections on board the Diamond Princess behind me here in Yokohama has again jumped today. 44 new cases confirmed today. That followed 39 cases yesterday, and that brings the total number of infections from the ship to 218. And that means, as we know now, that this is now the single biggest outbreak of the COVID-19 virus anywhere outside mainland China. The Japanese government has made a small concession to the criticism that has been building of its, the way that it's handling this outbreak. They've said that very elderly people over the age of 80 will be allowed to disembark if they have underlying health conditions or if they are in one of those inside cabins that don't have any outside windows or balconies. So expect to see that start happening maybe tonight or on Friday. But there are many questions that remain. First of all, obviously, is Are infections still taking place? Is the virus still circulating around the ship? No one really knows. And the other big question is, why still has the Japanese government not managed to test all of the passengers and crew on board?
Now, 2 weeks ago, a group of British nationals were evacuated from Wuhan in China, and they've spent 2 weeks at a hospital in northwest England. Well, now all 83 of them have been released. You can see one of them celebrating there. They've all been given the all clear. Fiona Trott was there as they left.
Sort of strange 2 weeks it's been for them, evacuated from China, coming here to we're all signing a form agreeing to be quarantined, wondering, do I have the virus? And then getting used to the confinement itself. One man left here earlier shouting, I'm free. So there is relief here this afternoon, but also what's very, very clear is that all of the 83 people here are very, very grateful to the NHS staff for the care they have received.
Well, the man celebrating his release here is Matt Raw, and he's been giving his reaction to the BBC.
It is lovely, absolutely lovely to be out, and I'll no doubt be going out for a pint a little bit later.
And, well, who would blame him? Not that Matt is complaining about his ordeal, I should say.
I would say that 99.9% of us, if not 100% of us, are really happy to have been here. We're very grateful to have been here. You know, the last thing that any one of us would have wanted is to have passed that virus on, if we were infected, to pass it on to somebody else. You know, you have to live with that. You know, if somebody does get sick from it and dies, we'd have to live with that for knowledge for the rest of our lives. And of course, you know, that's not who we are. We most of us, we travel a lot, we travel extensively, and you know, there are risks associated with that. So we do take ourselves seriously as expats, and of course we want to be as responsible as possible. And if that means staying in quarantine for a couple of weeks, so be it.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you, or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Find answers to this. And as the DG said, maybe we should try, all of us, to avoid politicizing this situation right now.
Thank you very much. Let's try to get a few questions from journalist colleague Ian. Do we have New York Times online?
Yes, hi. This is Ronnie Ordan from the New York Times. I know you are, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. I know you are still trying to get more information about how the healthcare workers were infected and with certain kinds of work. Will you consider upping your recommendations in terms of the PPE they should be wearing and adhering to the CDC guidelines, which cover respirators, not surgical masks? That's just one question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Will you take it?
I think, again, I mean, the PPE is one element of protection, but more importantly is how you use the PPE. And we have seen in many occasions for very dangerous pathogen that even with highest level of PPE, you can still get infected because of inattention and mistakes you do when you are tired or when you are not being very careful on how you handle this. And we have seen this in Ebola outbreaks. Some healthcare workers, even with the PPE, were still got infected. So I think the discussion is more on how can we make sure that healthcare workers feel safe, and also how we ensure that they use properly the PPE they have, and when they are doing specific procedures, where maybe a respirator is necessary, that they can have access to it. But when it's not necessary, and there are many times when you take care of patients where it's not necessary to have such equipment, then they need to use what they have the best way possible. And sometimes we have seen as well that having a PPE that is very sophisticated can give a false sense of security, and then people forget even the most basic things such as wash your hands when you are finished. And I think that's why it's very important to not disentangle the equipment from the people, because these are protections, these are shields that need to be used at the best and not rely only on the equipment.
Someone from AFP is online, so let's try to get that line.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's Dario Tuba from AFP.
Hi, Dario.
Dr. Ryan, you told us about the things that China's got right in the response to this virus. I was just wondering, do you think there have been any mistakes at any level in China in the response? And do you think there are lessons we can draw about future public health emergencies? Thank you.
I think there will be lots of lessons. We're doing that right now in DR Congo. We just completed a peer-to-peer review of our performance there and the performance of other agencies. And the time for that is not now. But there isn't a single emergency that I've been involved with that we haven't learned something from, in China and the rest of the world will learn many lessons from it. Tragedies of global response and public health response in general has been the fact that we don't tend to learn the lessons from response, or at least we don't tend to implement the lessons that we've learned. So, no, but I won't go into, I mean, you lads will tell us about all the things you think are wrong with response, so maybe you should answer that question. No, I won't go into the details. It is not the time for us to start public recrimination. Everyone needs to focus on their performance now, and we need to focus on getting the job done. And the last thing you tell to someone that needs to get the job done is that you didn't do your job last week or the week before. That doesn't support performance. What supports performance is getting people to internalize how they can improve and get on and do it. So we will have that discussion, and we will learn the lessons, and we are constantly in touch with our colleagues in China and the other countries. We will wait for any forensic investigation of this response until we have achieved further success in containing this virus.
Let's take we have a question from Hong Kong. Can you hear us and introduce yourself? Sorry, we don't always have names.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you please introduce yourself and ask one question?
This is Mary Bridges from Hong Kong China newspaper. I want to ask you, do you know how people effectively carry on this afternoon said they are going for the statistics and preparing fighting facilities with the factories on 2,200 Hong Kong people out of Hubei province of 30 cities, and about 200 more on this island ship of Yokohama. So would the WHO, based on evacuation by other countries of their own nationals, would have some protocol for Hong Kong to make it a safe procedure, and also how to communicate to the society, because there are other times now for the delay full crossing of border points between Hong Kong and the US. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie.
We weren't aware of, I'm certainly not aware of that move, but I'm sure that as we always do with China and China special administrative regions, we will always be ready to provide public health assistance and advice for any public health intervention and measure that needs to be carried out. But we haven't received any requests to be part of or to offer advice. And it was very hard to hear the details, but I was hearing that you were referring to some evacuation of people from Hong Kong, from Hubei. So we will, as I said, on request, be able to offer advice on how to do that in an appropriate manner. But in general, we need to be very careful when doing those kinds of processes, because we have to balance the public health benefit against the issues around quarantine, about placing people together, some of whom might be affected and others who may not be affected. And we need to be very, very careful in how we manage quarantine, both scientifically and from an ethical and a human rights perspective. So it's an important issue, and it's one that needs to be addressed, but it's also one that needs to be done sensitively, and decisions to make mass evacuation and mass quarantine need to be taken with the best possible public health evidence and with the highest standards of human rights at its centre.
Thank you. We'll go back to the room. We'll take 3 more questions. Our speakers are leaving one by one. So, yes, please.
I'm Rendell from Nikkei Intermediate. My question is about diamond printing. Today the disintegration of percentages in diamond printing, although there are many people in the world. But some exporting countries despite that the risk of infection has been increased because getting the certificate is too late. How do you assess about this information at this time?
It's very difficult from this distance to judge public health activities taken at a port in Yokohama. The authorities in Japan are experienced, and they've been obviously looking at that situation over a number of days and weeks, and they've made their public health risk assessments and judgments based on that. Where we've been asked, we've offered public health advice around patient cohorting, around disinfection, around surveillance, around testing, and we've certainly asked that older people on the ship and people with higher vulnerability might be allowed to disembark under special conditions, and especially people in inner cabins who don't have natural ventilation. This is really based on health and welfare of people, not necessarily of that. So we need to balance the health and welfare of the people on that ship, and there are from many nationalities, against the obvious need to prevent any further spread within the Japanese community. And I think the Japanese authorities, I hope, will find the right balance between those two things. We trust through our discussions with them that they are beginning to see that we have to make some arrangements, especially to take care of the more vulnerable people on that ship, especially those who don't have access to appropriate ventilation, etc.
2 more questions, please. One from the back.
Could you please elaborate on the objectives and the content of the database that WHO has developed to collect the latest scientific findings and knowledge on the coronavirus? Within the situation report.
So we are providing a platform, data platform, so that countries, especially on clinical data from patients, so we need to have a safe place first to have data that are anonymized, but also we need also to make sure that people putting the data are doing it in a way that is standardized, because currently we have some cases in different countries and we need to be able to compare those data. So having a unique platform will enable us to have rapidly more data than if each country develop its own data platform and then we share. And to give you an example, during the 2009 pandemic, we had similar system, but we didn't pay too much attention on the way the data were collected, and at the end we couldn't compare many clinical forms because, for instance, the definition of hypertension was not the same in all countries. So this time we are trying to have really a standardized way to collect information so that we can rapidly compare and go to results.
And we will take the last question, please.
I was just wondering if you have any signals that smoking might play a role in determining the severity of the reaction to the disease, and would this be an explanation for why it seems to be affecting predominantly older people, and there's a bias towards men in China?
I think if you look at any infectious lower respiratory pathogen, it tends to obviously affect people in their older age, and certainly those with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease are at very high risk of negative consequences of viral infection, and particularly secondary bacterial and other things. So it goes without saying that smoking is a risk factor for severity of any lower respiratory infection, and we would expect it to be no different here. There is a marked difference between male and females in this outbreak in terms of severity, and there's certainly a marked difference in those habits in China, and it does demark along male and female lines, and it's an excellent hypothesis, but one that is unproven. But I'm sure through the studies and the observations and that are happening, there will be a lot of interest to look at that smoking as a risk factor, and I think it should be relatively straightforward to establish the science on that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm sure they have collected those information, but analysis has not been yet published on this factor. Because most of the underlying conditions that are reported are also linked to a disease associated with smoking as well. So it's very hard to separate the two currently. So I hope that in the near future we'll have more information on that as well.
Thank you very much. We will conclude with this.
What are the numbers? Sorry, just really quickly. What are the numbers for the marked difference between men and women? Can you give us numbers on that?
Off the top of my head, Jim, really. No, but we can pull them out in terms of proportions, yes.
We can do that later. Again, so we will thank our speakers, and then we will have audio file and transcript for future media conferences. We will inform you in the morning. Just one thing for journalists who are online, we had a little issue with some people not receiving our media notifications. We are looking into changing the system. In the meantime, we have a place on our website where we will be posting media advisories, and we will send that link when we send audio files tonight. Thanks to everyone, and have a nice evening.
You are muted. You can mute or unmute yourself by pressing star 6.
At the beginning, but after that it's increased.
Let's go look at our data first. Anyone goes quoting you off the line. Okay, let's get the numbers right.
talking about? It's 25. Sorry about that. We got slavery. So that came to an end. All right. Woo, let me get that down and remove that. There we go. I don't want to continue this world. I don't want to. I'm so sick of slavery. I got to do what I got to do, people. Sorry about that. All right, told you. What'd you tell them, Daniel? What are y'all talking about? I know y'all sometimes y'all here lying. Even as a joke is not fun with all the profit reaped by the colonial corporate elite. All right, what are we talking about? What did I miss? I'm sorry. Listen, slavery. When the boss comes, I'm telling you, you can be all the I'm tough, rough, blah 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 blah. I'm free. When it's time to pay the piper, you pay the piper. That's how it works, and I had to pay the piper. So, so I call it Freedom Friday because it's free-ish. It's not really free. Anyway, I had to handle something. Let me see. Just here is the lost followers chasing our tails without you. Oh, okay. Well, Matthew, yeah, we don't really chase our tails. I think we just realize that we've been chasing our tails, right? I think there's a great realization that we can't continue this way. And so I don't think we chase our tails. I think we just realize that maybe there's an anus connected to the tail. And running after is probably a bad idea. And so maybe we run the other way. Maybe we're chasing our foot, but we're not going the best. I think sometimes you just got to know where not to go. Some people won't like that. But no, you always got to pay the piper. I don't care who you are. You report to somebody. I don't care what you do. There's always a boss, and I don't care what you think about your politicians. They got bosses too. There's always a bank. There's always a bureaucracy. There's always somebody that you got to pay some bills to. That's why slavery is a bad idea. Forced labor is a bad idea. All right. I want to kind of see what I missed, but I feel like that's wrong to take y'all back then. Oh, Vegan's in the house. He didn't chase y'all off yet? Vegan, Johnny is in the house. I ain't seen him in a minute. You out here hating on women. It's Valentine's Day. Why is Johnny here on Valentine's Day? Did you find some love? Yeah. You still got some anger for women. All right. Y'all be careful with Johnny. I said that brother, he's got that heart. He's looking for love. He did that brother. I've known him about 2-3 years on Facebook. He ain't found that love yet. He's looking for a good Christian woman. So if anybody knows a good Christian woman, y'all need to send him Johnny's way. All right. Please don't take anything too personal, he says. He's got a rough tongue, that one. All right. Anyway, Low Vibe got a hold of Gerardian for a tad. Yep. We are sharpening the pitchforks and lighting the torches. That's all we got to do, Trish. Sharpen them, light them, get ready. Try to wake up as many people as we can, and know that nobody's really woke. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. They lied to us from every angle possible. So nobody ever wake up. It's like a slow awakening, knowing that there's most likely an anus under the tail of a horse, and you probably shouldn't put your face too close to it. And bacteria comes out of it. I like when my housemate, who's also my ex, has caused me to have a lot of meals either interrupted or completely skipped due to conflicts. I need peace to feel comfortable, to eat and lose my appetite. Yeah, we do. That is a cigarette, isn't it? I talked about it yesterday. Eating is a cigarette. People eat to tolerate and deal with stress and pain. Citizen Deb, I think that's Citizen. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta have peace in your life. You gotta have peace in your life. You got to have peace. It's not an option. Right? Just from a health perspective alone, you gotta have peace. If you don't have peace at home, you don't have peace anywhere. It doesn't really matter what you do anywhere else. If when you go home, you can't lay your head down in peace, you gotta make some changes in your life. Got to get some counseling, got to do something for that person, but you can't have toxic things in your life. You can't have toxic things in your world. We're on a planet, we're lost in this psychosis and psychopathy. Mental illness is a very real thing. There are people who thrive in conflict. There are people who need to ruin your day to have a wonderful day. And you want to make sure that you don't attach your wagon to a person like that. And then there are people who are just oil and water. Y'all just don't go well together. It's just people who shouldn't fit. right? People you should love from a distance. And so I'm a love them from a distance person. I am a big, I'm ready to love everybody. I'm ready to put distance between me and anybody who's bringing negativity and nonsense in my life. I'm always ready to love somebody from a distance because life is too short. Life is too short, and stress is a killer. Stress will kill you. When you got to have a paradise at home, sis. When you go home, you got to have a paradise, or you got to make some changes. Hopefully that person loves you enough and you love that person enough to kind of get some sort of outside help. But you got to have peace at home. If you don't have peace at home, you don't have peace anywhere. Sound like paper rustling in a female voice, or was that the video? Oh, cat y'all? Okay, that's back what y'all were talking about. No, there was no female voice. He was definitely a man. He had Daniel hair, but he definitely was a man. There's no female voice. We know the truth, Gerard. The man in black came to your door and wanted intel, but died laughing with your psych evals. Caprina, men in black ain't coming for me. I make too many jokes and I talk about aliens and Bigfoot, and Loch Ness. I'm not that serious. I agree with men in black. You know why? The man in black has done do it. CIA, FBI, I mean, even the banks and all. The world is perfect. Like we made all of this, right? We consent to all of it. And so the man in black isn't wrong. Anybody who's trying to force people to not like the man in black is wrong. So I have no issue with the man in black. As long as we are at this level of psychosis that we're cheering for a few people to have weapons labs, biological weapons labs, and make tanks and bombs and guns and big metal machines to go around the world to murder the weakest people we can find who have the least amount of armament. As long as we're doing that, I have no issues with them. I think that, once again, that we should grow up, we should mature, we should realize there's no space between us, that literally doesn't exist. There's no such thing as space. Everything's connected, from the plants, the rocks, and whatever this God thing is, it's some sort of a frequency modifier. It creates frequencies that create frequencies and sends them out, and they're all connected. But we live in this illusion that we're disconnected. And so whatever God is, whatever its name is, if there's some great creator, it loves connection, because it makes sure we're all connected. You are literally connected to everybody on this live stream. You're connected to the rocks, you're connected to the trees. There's no space and air. That's actually frequency in between. And so whatever, I think walking closer to what God is, or being closer to its intent for all this creation, it's about being in more oneness with everything. Yoga, that's the word, that's what it means, oneness, all sensing. So the more you sense, the closer you get to God. The more one you become with people in Yemen, the more one the Democrats become with the Republicans, the more one that the whites and the blacks become, the more one that you become with nature and the rocks and the grass and the plants, the better everything goes. Because the closer you get to whatever created all of this intended, because it connected everything, right? You can call it Mother Nature if you want. So, I'm not sure where all that came from. I forgot even the question that was asked. Anyway. What had happened was, no, Vern, I have no what had happened was. I just listen, slavery. Everybody reports to somebody. When the boss comes, you show your bag of cotton. That's it. Or you get whipped. That's just how my country works. And I can't really have a problem with that. We made that. We literally made that. And in fact, I'm going to say some of the conversation I had with the gentleman. He buys stuff from China. He has some sort of a business. I think with Alibaba or something, where they get that cheap Chinese stuff and sell it here. I was saying to him, like, you should buy local, but the reality is we made this world. We made an entire nation built with everything has a little label that says made in China. We made this. We agreed to it. We consented it. We buy things, and most people still buy all the trash from China on Jeff Bezos' website, Amazon. So, yeah, we can talk sustainability all we want. We can yell and scream climate change, but the reality is right now we haven't decided we want this planet. We've decided we want the planet to murder us. We've decided that we don't want to work together in that oneness. We want to buy crap from people halfway around the world who can't afford to buy their crap, because we're buying their crap and our dollar value is a little higher. and we do it to Mexico. So everything is perfect. Now I have no issue with the man and plus it was the man in black at the door. I told you, I don't do men in black. I don't do men in black, and I don't do authority. I'm not the authority person. I'm the wrong one. Wrong one. I don't want to encourage anybody to violence, get anybody to think that I'm a violent person. I'm not a violent person, but I believe in force. And there's certain things I'll tolerate and certain things I won't. I've already told you about the cuckoo virus. My war starts when you try to put your cuckoo virus in me. I have no interest in any of your products made in any laboratory anywhere. The minute that you try to force one of your things in me, it's going to go down. So you know that they weren't at the door. It wasn't the Facebook wellness police. It wasn't any of them. They come to my door, and I go along with the laws. I don't agree with any of them, but I go along with them. But the minute you come to my door and you tell me something that I'm not prepared to do, I'm wave energy. I don't die. I literally don't die. My hair gonna keep growing. The toenails gonna keep growing. All my leg hair, all that's gonna keep growing. A lot of microbiology being here. And my energy up here was, hey, we're gonna just go out into the ethos for a little bit and probably end up in something else. So I don't believe in monkey world. And you're not gonna put a monkey on my back. I make those decisions. And it's like those kids, the kids in the streets. And he committed suicide by cop. He was stupid. No, he lived his authentic life. Same with the police who, ran in the middle of a firefight and got shot. He decided that, you know what, I got something that I need to do and I'm gonna do it. And everyone picks and chooses how they stay and where they go and when they go there. And it's not them that you really got to feel sad for. It's us. We're still here. So yeah, it wasn't the black man. It wasn't not the black man. He wasn't a black man, nor was he a man in black. But if the men in black come here, we gonna have some issues, some consequences. That's my point. Everybody's got their limit. My limit is you're not gonna violate. That's my limit. You get booted, frozen, 24/7, shadow banned, laughing my butt off. Keep it real though and humorous. That's all you can do, Dan. You just gotta laugh. You gotta laugh and keep talking about what you get censored for. Like I was talking to Tony about it this morning. It's like anything that they censor on, that's exactly what you're supposed to say. Whatever's censoring, that's the person that you can't critique. That's the person who's made the problems in your world. Whoever you can't critique, that's what you need to speak most about. And notice everybody online yelling, screaming at white people. Everybody online yelling and screaming at immigrants. Everybody online yelling and screaming at lazy minorities. Everybody online yelling and screaming at the Muslims. Everybody online yelling and screaming at the Christians. Everybody online is proud to be an American. Everybody online proud to be British. You're allowed to say all that. The only thing they're censoring is people who are trying to unify things. Things are people who are talking honestly about like DARPA and these top secret projects. The current main censoring is the cocoa virus, right? Everybody's censoring on that. Why? Because it's man-made. They've already admitted that. They're afraid you're going to evolve. That's what scares whoever controls all. They're afraid that you're finally going to grow the hell up and say, yeah, we're done with this biological weapons lab nonsense. We have no reason to tamper with things that can murder our entire species. We lived in that 98% monkey DNA, and we're done doing it. And they're scared to death that you're going to grow up. That's all they're scared of. So that's what you want to post. The things that, unfortunately, things that get you banned. But you got to be on multiple platforms and know that that's going to happen and know they're supposed to do that. These social media websites, they got to eat too. And we built a world and gave this police state all the power to shut down the biggest corporations and so, or some of the biggest corporations. So this is the world we made. We made the bed. We got to sleep in it. That's how I feel. As an adult, it's easy to blame other people, but I'm not four anymore. I don't have to blame somebody. Where's my pacifier? No, I was a part of this with everybody else. So anyway, stop laughing, Gerard, or I'll call the cops. If you're vegan, go ahead. Go ahead. I know them. They're my friends. I told you, I know mine. I make sure I pad myself. I know all of them. I buy them coffee. I laugh with them. I joke with them. I speak to them every chance I get. Because I understand how this world works. I'm playing chess. I'm not playing checkers. I'm playing chess. I'm not playing checkers. I know how this world works for the most part. And I'm gonna play the world like I know the world. I'm gonna play the game like I know the game. And I'm not gonna do anything that I see on television. Anything, I don't go with the mass. I do my own thing. So go ahead, call him, Vegan. I'm still gonna get you a Christian wife. She gonna love you to death, and you gonna raise some nice Christian kids. He has an issue with Christians and women, so that's the first. You gotta face your fear. You have to face your fear. If you fear Christian women, that's what you talk about the most, Vegan, and that's where you need to be. You don't need to run. It's like who was it, Alan Watts who says, when you see a ghost, you walk right through it. You don't run the other way. We're gonna make vegan strong one day. I gotta go. The revolution was about to begin. Yeah, the revolution will begin, Sharon, the minute everyone's got their limits. I hope that never comes. I don't want that to come. I just don't believe in a world of violations. I don't believe in violence, and on a certain level, I'll let come to me. And taking a shot and sticking it in somebody, that's extreme violence. I mean, all the laws are written on violence, but on a principle level, I'm against all the laws because they're backed up by a police state, they're backed up by people with guns in prison and cages to put people in. And that's how you break a world. That's what happened to the Denisovans. That's what happened to the people who made the Auid Wedge. They evolved the technology, they had high technology, they didn't evolve their consciousness. And so the technology couldn't save them, it was useless, they all went extinct. We just gotta decide if we wanna do that or not. So anyway, how you get going? Y'all have a great day. This is Gerard. Have a wonderful weekend. Love y'all to death. Hey, look up the Auid Wedge. Tell me what you think. I still do think that it was just two mammoths that were kind of doing what they were doing Valentine's Day. The UFO battle blew up Nuremberg. One of the wedges went right through them, and then they found it inside two woolly mammoths. What is a couple hundred years later, but whatever that is, it's just a sign that a lot of things happen on this planet that we completely forgot about, from the Egyptians to the Sanskrit text to the Denisovans. Technology can't save you. The only thing can save you is you. It's us evolving the consciousness to know how to use our technology. And that's not by making weapons. It's by working together as a company. Anyway, how you going? Happy Mr. Valentine's Day. Please don't kill anybody. Please don't put chocolate sauce and rip their hearts out their chest and eat them, because that's actually where Valentine's Day came from. All right, I gotta go. Y'all have a great day. Sure. That's so silly.